No shit. Let's this 2 round 1 recap. Salute to everybody. Dope night of battles. We doing this live, so if you are watching the replay, as always, skip 2 minutes in because right now we're waiting for people to get in the room. Um, Overall, just want to say I think uh, excuse me, I think we got a treat tonight. None but dope ass performances. Everybody seemed for the most part to show up. Um, I think that everybody just did very well. So we're gonna see again. If you're watching this replay, skip to the first 2 minutes. We're just waiting for people to come in the room. And then we're gonna get into it. Altogether was 8 battles that happened. So there's a good amount of stuff to unpack. Um, when we looked at the whole lineup, when we looked at what the lineup on this tournament was to what the last tournament was, I think we all had high expectations. And to be honest, I think for the most part tonight, everybody met the expectation. Um, I don't think that we could have, in terms of the performances. That's what I'm talking about. In terms of the performances, I don't think we walk away feeling like yo, I wasted my time for 3 hours watching that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people. Of course, there was disappointing moments. I'm not saying that, but I don't think anybody walked away from watching that and felt like their time was wasted. In the first round, unfortunately, I got to keep it real. There was plenty of moments where you was like, yo, why the hell did I even watch this shit? But that there were a lot more names, and these people got a name for a reason. You know what I'm saying? People don't just get a name in this culture; they clearly got a name for a reason, and I think that we saw that. FK said, "I missed everything but the last two battles." Shouts to T Boo though. Yo, man, the fucking bootleggers, man, these dudes. Polo said Method Man was wrong. August Alsina won that. That second round was real bad. Yo, we gonna get into that, Polo, man. We are gonna get into that right there. Yo. Wow, that second round was yo. All right, we passed the 2 minute mark. Let's just get into it. Um, so one thing that I can say, and I have to commend URL, Caffeine, all parties involved was they didn't have the crazy camera angles. So I'm happy about that. Salute J Biz. Silk Shirt Ryder was fired. Yo, we're gonna get into all of that shit, man. Um, I like that there wasn't the crazy camera angles like last time. That was confusing at times. I ain't gonna lie. I think there was one battle where the camera was just ziplining every fucking way, and shit had got me dizzy. You know what I'm saying? I was happy they did away with that shit. A lot more of the camera angles here seem more battle rap friendly. Um, it was a learning curve, though. You know what I'm saying? It's a learning curve. For the most part, I have no issues with my stream. I only had like maybe once or twice that either froze or the image froze, but I could still hear the judges what they were saying. Um, they do got to do something with that green screen or lack thereof of shit that they're trying to do when the judges talk. Y'all sitting there showing 40 bars of business. So you have somebody patiently waiting for these battles to be over so that they can enjoy the rest of their night. And I would be a little upset too if they just show me like that. Like, come on, man, I got a wife and kids at home. Come on. Anyway, anyway, let's get into the first battle. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. I sat back and enjoyed this battle on this event more than I have in recent times, and the reason why, I really wasn't taking. Normally, I have a whole sheet full of notes, but I started to feel like that took away from my enjoyment of the battles. So yeah, I had some notes here and there, but I wasn't writing down bars and stuff like that. So don't expect that from me this time. Let's start off with Emerson Kennedy versus Gloozy. Gloozy. So if you guys watched the prediction blog that I did with Visuel, the Union, salute to Visuel, salute to DME. Um, I originally was gonna pick Glue, and then Visuel brought up the whole choking things and stuff like that, and it definitely changed my mind. But again, if you watch this battle, you see why I was gonna choose Glue. Glue is just a phenomenal talent in that he's an all-around battle rapper. He got jokes, he got bars, he got schemes, he got everything. What he doesn't have is the ability not to choke. And that's why when me and Vigil talked, I changed my pick because I thought Emerson Kennedy takes too long to get to his point, and in this case, I was proven wrong. First though, I don't know what any of that shit was that EK was wearing yesterday. You know, I know what it is, but I don't know, like, fuck was that. Um, and what I mean, what I mean by that, I know what it is, but what was the point? Like, he looked crazy wearing that shit yesterday. Then he shows up today. I think that was like a Kimura or some shit that he had on. And I'm just like, yo, man, this dude is kind of weird, and the outfit alone, maybe he's gonna lose this battle. But my pick was Emerson Kennedy. The first round, I thought he got absolutely crazy on Glue. And listen, every round he got crazy. And Glue's second round was good, but the choking, man. And we get to the third round, and it was like, he ends up just tapping out because I guess at that point you realize there was no way for him to come back. We can't let the choking take away that Emerson Kennedy was absolutely fire. Emerson Kennedy was a lot more direct. I don't really like the race angles in any battle, but I felt like the way that he crafted it was pretty good. But I did cringe a few times. I ain't gonna lie. I just hate race bars. I hate all that type of shit. But at the end of the day, it's a battle, and it's a judged battle, and we have to we got to take everything in effect. Just because, you know, I don't like, if I was a judge, I would have to put my personal opinions aside and just ask, was it dope? Was it presented correctly? Was it presented flawlessly? You know, the whole thing. And the answer to all that is yes. So we can't let Gloozy's chokes take away from how crazy Emerson Kennedy was all three rounds. Very intense, very straight to the point, very direct. So you got to give Emerson Kennedy his props. Can we look at this performance and say, yo, this might have been the best all-around best Emerson Kennedy we ever seen? If you're asking me off the top of my head right now, I'm gonna say yes. Off the top of my head, right now I'm not really going through all his battles. I never watched all his battles anyway. I watched a lot of his battles, but yes, FSK, Glue choked. I think he choked all three rounds. I could be wrong, but I think all three rounds. But it don't take away from how fire Emerson Kennedy was. That dude was crazy. Salute, Shannon. Yeah, so again, just please keep that in mind for you guys who have the app, who are going to see the battle again. You know, before you get to see the battle again, you're going to see on social media what everybody's thinking. And a lot of people are going to mention the Gloozy chokes, but don't let that take away from how fire Emerson Kennedy was all three rounds. And the truth of the matter is, it could have been anybody in the ring with EK today, and they all would have had a crazy problem with him. From the top tiers, from the top tier guys, whoever it is, they would have had a big problem with Emerson Kennedy tonight. He was absolutely fire. 3-0, dirty 30, absolutely. Salute Vigil. Vigil, you was right on that. He said, does Glue ever look ready? Listen, you're 100% right on that. I can't take anything. Listen, your analysis was spot on. Like I said, you changed my mind. And, you know, so in terms of that, I picked Emerson Kennedy. I was right. And again, that's a dirty 30. So in terms of my bracket, I was good there. Now we're moving on to Danny Myers versus Reaper Rep. Danny Myers' first round was absolutely crazy. Like, to me, Danny Myers was the favorite to win this whole tournament. I still think he's going to win this whole tournament. I respect and appreciate that he did not take Reaper Rel lightly. And I'm so happy he did. Because Danny Myers had a phenomenal first round. Reaper Rel goes, and Reaper Rel's giving him a run for his money, and I'm like, okay, Reaper's definitely showing that he's just not here just to be here. And then Reaper Rel chokes. What I respect about it, and I tell people this is a such thing as a good loss. He clearly losing this round because he choked, but he fought to get it back, and he kept fighting. He kept battling, and I respect the hell out of that Reaper Rail. Like, if nothing else, this is incredible. Oh, by the way, for those who are asking, yes, I I had Emerson Kennedy winning, but so did the judges. All right, so Emerson Kennedy moves to the next round. But back to this battle. Reaper Rail definitely gained my respect tenfold for not jerseying out and continuing to battle, even though he was clearly choking and he clearly lost the round. Salute the Reaper Rail for that. Danny Myers goes in the second round, and I felt like he elevated from his first. So if you really enjoyed his first round, you like, damn, you know, it's gonna be crazy. And sure enough, Danny Myers takes it to another level in that second round. I love the intensity he had. You know how he is. He's not backing down. Danny Myers ain't backing down for nobody, and Reaper Rail was not backing down. Stood there toe to toe for him and was doing crazy with the bars. In fact, Reaper Rail's second round was incredible. Still, let me check my points out at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I got Danny Myers taking the second round as well, but a very close second round. And Reaper Rail's best round. Well, no, not his best round, but it was way better than his first round. So we go to the third round. I got Danny 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reaper Rail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Reaper Rail's best round was the third round. At that point, it didn't matter. I felt Danny Myers, and especially with the choke, I felt like Danny Myers clearly took the first 2 rounds. Wasn't up for debate. I felt the third round was a little more closer, but I felt like Reaper Rail just went ape shit. This is another reason why you can't take rounds off. Because who knows if that choke don't happen in the first, how close this battle is in that third, and to have that crazy third that Reaper Rail had, that might have edged him the battle. So I had Danny Myers taking this battle 2-1. The judges agreed, and the judges awarded Danny Myers the win. So in that case, I am 2-0, and I'm feeling good about my picks. Which takes us to the next battle, which I thought would have been battle of the night. It was a hell of a battle. I don't think it was battle of the night, but it was a hell of a battle, and that's Mr. Wavy versus Steams. Now let me tell you something, man. I don't remember what was the last Wavy battle that I saw. I think the last Steams battle I saw was against Jack Boy, and Steams was choking. Mr. Wavy starts this battle off. He goes first. He was going ape shit, not just with the bars, but the energy that he was bringing. Now I don't know about that sleeveless hoodie shit he had on, but he was cooking. He was cooking. Like, yo, Wavy, I ain't gonna lie, I can't, it's been a long time since I seen a Wavy that intense. But it wasn't just the intensity. I think him and Steams were out to prove out the gate that they were putting that, they cool shit to the side. Like, they're here to win 25,000. And I felt like Mr. Wavy's first round was a $25,000 round. That's how I felt. I felt like that was a $25,000 round. And if you listen to what I've been saying with all of this going on, I've been telling everybody, I think every battle you have to show up with $75,000 worth of bars. Each one of your rounds should be $25,000. You understand? Not waiting until you possibly make it to the finals for $25,000. Every round you go should be worth $25,000. Per battle, you should show up with $75,000 worth of bars. And that first round from Wavy was absolutely $25,000. Steams goes, and just the stumbling, man, like, and I don't like saying that, but it's again that Gloozy effect. Like, you guys are such good battlers, and we got these great expectations for you guys, but here you go with the stumbling again. And again, I think highly of Steams, very highly of Steams. But this first round stumbles in a battle of this magnitude, it's just not the way to go. We get into the second round. I thought Wavy had a good second round. The intensity was there and the performance was there the whole time. but I felt it was a little bit of a drop off bars in terms of bars. I felt that was a drop off from the first round, but that's not saying nothing bad. It still was a very good round. And Steams has an okay round, and it's like Steams like fuck, like you choking that first round. He didn't have a bad. He didn't have a bad second round. It wasn't bad. It just like, come on, Steams, you gotta step up from that. You have to take a leap from that first round. You just have to, and that's not what happened. Salute David Rubin. But again, you can't look at what Steve's doing and take away from Wavy. Wavy's going ape shit. Bars, performance, everything. He's just going crazy. Third round goes, and I felt like this three. I think the third round was very close. I think Steams definitely picked it up, but Wavy was still on that length, still in there kicking ass. Like, Wavy just was not letting up. And there was some few things spoken about in this battle. Steams brings up the fact that I guess after Wavy caught his one of his first two URL battles, We Go Hard tried to book him, and he tried to ask for a price they felt was out of bounds. So it seemed like as the battle was going on, it seems like the relationship people thought they had, maybe they necessarily don't. Steam seems like he was airing out a lot of dirty laundry, like trying to say, yo, if you was really for We Go Hard, why was you acting like a diva? Or why was you like turning your back on us type shit? My only problem with that point from Steams is you talked about it all 3 rounds. And you didn't do it in a way that really hit hard, and not in a way that was very creative. Again, I don't think Steams was whack, but I expected way more from him. This is for 25,000. There's no tomorrow. Either you win or you go to fuck home, and that's it. And then you can sit there and watch the battle with us. But Wavy was on 10. Wavy was on 10 all 3 rounds. I just feel like his first round was his best round. His third round was great too, but I liked the first round a lot better. I felt it just set the tone for both of them, for both rappers. So the judges gave Mike Wavy the win. I gave Mike Wavy the win. Mike Wavy. Why am I saying Mike Wavy? Salute to Mike Wavy, wherever he's at. Mr. Wavy. Mike Wavy's probably somewhere in the bathroom right now, smoking wild Reggie blunts, doing a blog about Battle Truth. But salute to him. But Mike Wavy won. Mike Wavy, fucking Mr. Wavy. Why I keep saying this shit, man? So I think the argument could be made that it was Mr. Wavy 3-0. I wouldn't say body bag. But I think I think the argument could be made. Personally, I have that last round more of a tie. I think that's more of a preference. So I just think the first 2 rounds was that clear. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to Steams. Steams was my pick for that, and I lost that. So at that point, EK and Danny Myers was my picks. They won. Steams was my pick. He lost. All right. So now we're going with Bill Collector versus Young Candy. Originally, Bill Collector was supposed to go up against B Magic. Some people said there was different reasons for B Magic not being a part of it. Supposedly, one of the reasons was the schedule he wasn't gonna be able to keep up with that schedule. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I would have much rather have seen Bill Collector versus B Magic than Bill Collector versus YK. I picked YK in this battle. That was my prediction. The first round, I don't think was close. Bill Collector, maybe he didn't realize that they have a strict 2-minute warning, two-minute limit. But Bill Collector, for his first half, or maybe a little bit less than half of his round, like wasn't really saying anything. He was like prancing around like if he was on the stage with people, and like I knew that was gonna be a problem for him. YK showed up and absolutely slaughtered Bill Collector in that first round. I don't even think how anybody could think that first round was remotely close, because it absolutely wasn't. YK got up in there and just straight was dragging Bill Collector all around the floor, in my opinion, in that first round. Second round goes, Bill Collector stepped it all the way up. But again, I felt he started slow, not as bad as the first round, but he started slow and then picked up steam. Um, YK was the same, consistent throughout the whole round, but I edged Bill Collector in that second round. I did edge Bill Collector in that second round. Third round goes, and I think YK whipped Bill Collector's ass in that third round too. I think the same shit he did in that first round in terms of the bars and intensity and everything. I think he wrapped circles around Bill Collector. Bill Collector in that third round did the same shit, started off slow and then picked up steam. In my opinion, that third round for Bill Collector was his worst round. That's my opinion on it. Am I saying Bill Collector was whack? No, he had moments where he had some bars, but was it a good performance? In my opinion, no, it wasn't. It goes to the judges, and they gave Bill Collector the win. The fans voting, and let me tell you something about the fan voting, and I said this about the last tournament. When they put up the fan voting, they put up one name, then they put up the other, and then people are commenting so fast, you don't even get to vote that quick. I think they need to take those two tabs of both the names, put them up at the same time, and leave them there, and let people pick. That's not what happened in this situation. It ended up being a 2-2. The judges were tied, and it ended up going to a fan vote. Bill Collector's name and his tab where you could vote on his was up there the longest, and he ends up winning on the fan vote. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know, this is my opinion, I don't know how, and it's including the judges. You know, some of the reasons they said, I don't think they were bad reasons, but I ain't agree with them shits either. And I don't know how you sit there and watch this and don't realize, yo, it was taking Bill Collector forever to get to a point in his rounds. So how could you sit there and because listen, all the judges said, oh, it was like we were getting different levels of Bill Collector, but when it comes to Young Cannon, we were just getting the same Young Cannon the whole time. That's called consistency. So you mean to tell me you penalized that guy for being consistent? The guy gave you the best he could from the beginning of the round to the end of the round, all 3 rounds. It's a 2-minute battle. Bill Collector didn't start heating up to like the 45-second mark, damn near the minute mark. So you mean to tell me a guy could rap for a minute 15 seconds and win rounds without any haymakers or anything like that? Yeah, I wasn't with that. The judges gave the battle to Bill Collector. I had Young Cannon winning. I had Young Cannon winning 3-0. No, I didn't. 2-1. I gave that second round to Bill Collector, but I thought the first and the third was clear for YK. So my bracket got busted with both Steams and Young Cannon, but I felt Young Cannon got robbed. Now let's get into the next battle up, which was Nuna versus Loso. So, if you watched our prediction, you know that Joel was saying that he really feels like Nuna could take this battle. I've always been a fan of Nuna. I've always been a supporter of his, but Loso is a whole other animal. Nuna goes first, and I feel like Nuna was an extension of what Wavy was in that first round. Nuna came with intensity. He just seemed like the Nuna I always respected, but I feel like the intensity was stepped up. He wasn't to be denied. Nuna had an incredible first round. Then Loso goes, and I think Loso out-rapped him and all of that. My only problem with Loso in that first round was he did almost what Bill Collector did. Or pretty much. I just think Bill did it worse. Where, you know what, I'm saying it wrong, because it wasn't like that. What it was Loso throughout the whole battle was like stopping for crowd reaction. And I didn't understand that. Like, why is this dude stopping for crowd reaction? But everything Loso was spitting was hitting hard as a motherfucker. But in that first round, I got Loso edging that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I got Loso edging that first round. But I thought it would have been probably a little more clear had he just rapped straight through. And all these dudes be killing me when they get shocked that they call time on them. You do know it's a time battle. Why are you mad they call time on them? None goes in that second round is just an extension of his first. Full throttle, bars. The only thing I didn't like about what Nuna was talking about is, especially in that first, he was blaming Loso for his religion problems. So what he's saying is he had at one point turned his life over to God. None. This is what Nuna's saying. He's saying he turned his life over to God. He made a post, and Loso shared the post. But then when he was struggling with his belief in God, he's saying Loso wasn't there for him. And saying, oh, how could you share my post but then not be there for me and help save me? First off, how the fuck do you depend on Loso to come and save you if you feel your soul is in the balance? If your belief is in God, if your belief is in the religion, how is it that you are depending on Loso to save you? And if Loso shared your post when you said you were giving your life to God, you didn't claim you was giving your life to Loso. So why was you dependent on Loso to save you? I don't know if you heard that. He's telling Loso pretty much like, you left me on the time of need, because how can you praise me for that post I gave my life to God, but when I needed something and I was struggling with my belief and so on and so forth, you wasn't there for me. My man, were y'all friends like that outside of battle rap? Is Loso the one that was preaching to you that much? Did Loso was the one who turned your life to God? Did Loso tell you he's the Messiah? Did Loso tell you he's the reincarnation of Jesus? So I don't understand, how could you try to say that? Like, and he said it, I think, in his first and his second round. I was just like, yo, what the hell? In those situations, really in most, but in those situations in general, I'm not waiting for another man to try to save me, let alone try to save my soul. How? How? I don't know. But overall, I think it was hurting Loso. The stopping after certain bars, like it was a crowd reaction. But I gave Loso the first. I gave Nuna the second. And I felt like that second was clear. Now we're going to the third round. Again, I thought Nuna was dope, but I felt like he kind of took his foot off the gas a little bit. I felt like Loso kind of elevated. I like the angle he took on him. I wasn't like that wasn't like the ceiling deal for me, but I like the angle he took on him. But again, in the judges' eyes, I think one of the things that hurt Loso was, in the people's eyes, was the stopping. When you got somebody like Nuna going full throttle at you, yeah, you saying some shit, and your bars are probably hitting harder, but this guy's consistent and he's dope. It's in front of your face. You're seeing what this dude. None even had a rebuttal in there. So at the end of the day, I had Loso edging the third by 1 point. So for me, I felt Loso took the first and the third. But I will say it was a very close battle, and Nuna was more consistent. But again, I had Loso winning the battle. Now they go to the judges, and the judges are split on it, 2-2. And they go to the fan vote, and again, that fan vote doesn't stay up long. Not only does it not stay up long, but you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but when you see it, it's not like they put two names up there and you can just vote. At least that's not how it comes up on my app. They'll show a name, and then it's a bunch of people putting them props up, and the props are in the way of shit, so it's hard to vote. I never get a chance to vote. I'll keep it real and tell you that. I never get a chance to vote. It always just disappears before I can do anything. But the fan vote went to Nuna, which I completely understand. I'm not beefing about that. I thought Loso took the battle. I thought he edged the battle. Everybody thought otherwise, and I don't blame them for that. So Nuna took the battle. In my opinion, he lost it 2-1, but no, they gave it to him. And so again, that messed up my whole bracket. What's next? Holmesy the God versus the Sock. All right, so we got two more battles to talk about. Before we do that, let me go through these comments. Let me see what we got here. Jay Biz said Danny's too good to battle Rel. That's funny. Ebske, I gotta catch these bootlegs. I got catching up to do. Dirt ball. Sosa Blue said I had Bill in the first 2 rounds. I mean, that's your opinion, man. I don't think so, but it's your opinion. J Biz, who the fuck voted for Mike P? I want to know. FSK said caffeine fan vote is trash. It is. Track Lacer 414 said Bill Collector was better fan. YK is regular. I disagree. Selson said Bill had more impact bars. What? He said Bill had more impactful bars. I was going crazy. YK had more punches, but most were just pretty good. But Joel said I told you, talking about the none situation. Yeah, you were right. He said Nuna was talking to Loso out the gate. Loso was way too cocky. He was. I would agree with that, Track Lacing. I would agree with that. Loso definitely felt too, like he was just way too cocky up there. Selson Blue, I don't see how they gave Nuna the third. I gave Loso the third, but it was close. T-Boo said, salute, T-Boo. Loso got the third clear. I gave it to Loso. T-Boo said had Loso edging every round. I disagree with that. Selson Blue said that was a whack angle. If you're talking about the angle, I'm talking about when he was blaming Loso for his beliefs, and it was. Kiba 360. I hope I'm saying your name right. Using angles are risky in a tournament format. Absolutely it is. Shannon said facts. Damian said Loso getting voted like Core. Nah. Sharon McLean said None put on. Definitely put on. Said facts. None got off the gas in the third. Yeah, that's how I felt. They said Loso didn't lose because of the stopping. None just beat him. That's a great point. That's a great point. So, for the record, that is true. He won. We can't let anything take away from that win. You are right, Sharad. Sherrod, I think, McLean. They had 2 URL posts with each person's name to use. Yeah, but I didn't see that. I see them both the names, and you could click on it for the arrow up, but it like disappears because people are buying them prop shits and putting it up, so it disappears on my screen. Also pausing and rerunning lines was affecting your perception of how well prepared he was, thus affecting his performance. Good point. When the battle is this close, it will come down to the details. Absolutely. Alright, so we got 2 more battles to talk about. Let's get into it. That's Holmesy the God versus the Saga. Going into the battle, I predicted the Saga will win. I felt like he's had a great year so far. And I really felt like after the disappointment against Mike P. Unknown, I felt like the Saga was just going to straight kick ass. Excuse me. This is in terms for the Saga. He went into that Mike P. battle with a lot of momentum. It just, the choking and all of that. So I felt like Holmesy was in. I always think that Holmesy is good, but I felt like Saga's just all around better. So I thought this wasn't gonna go good for the Saga. For Holmesy, and I was 100% wrong. First round, I got Holmesy kicking the Saga's ass. Second round, I got Holmesy kicking the Saga's ass. Third round, I got Saga with the edge by 1 point. Listen, them angles Holmesy was going off on in the first 2 rounds. And the first round was dope, where he was just talking about, because his name is Holmesy the God. And he was just breaking that whole situation down. Saga religiously versus him going against someone named God. That second round, the way that Holmesy broke down that whole angle to the saga was immaculate. I don't think that you can look at that Holmesy second round and think nothing but brilliance. That second round was brilliant from Holmesy. I think Holmesy is good. Did I expect him to have a second round like that? Hell no. Holmesy went apeshit. And that third round is close, but I edged it to the side. I saw people saying Holmesy 3-0 body bag. I wouldn't say body bag, but it's a clear win for Holmesy in my opinion. Again, that third round is debatable. I gave it to the saga. At the end of the day, that whole shit going in on the saga, talking about all that's going on out here, and you lost to the police. If you don't know what he's talking about, Mike P's name is Police or some shit like that. People call him police. Or is it Policey? I think his last name is Policey. So when Holmesy's going in on him talking about, yo, you lost to the police, then you brought a white cop here and you choked, and there's black people dying to police chokes. Like, yo, it was just crazy the way Holmesy put that together. I did not see that coming from Holmesy. I've never seen him write or put anything together the way that he did. And I was blown away by that. All I could honestly say, and I'll say it now once again, salute to Holmesy. It was incredible. It was incredible. I don't think there's any other way for us to put that. The way Holmesy put this battle, especially that second round, no, I just thought it was incredible. Salute to Holmesy. The judges saw it for Holmesy. Further messing up my bracket, but I saw it for Holmesy as well. Just absolutely incredible. Salute to Holmesy. What a performance. In my opinion, I would say the best Holmesy to guard I've ever seen. My opinion. Which now brings us to the eighth, and I guess you could say the main event. And in my opinion, the best battle of the night. My opinion. In terms of overall battle, yeah, I think we had some dope performances, but I think the best back and forth, so on and so forth, was Ryder versus Mike P. Ryder goes first. He shows up again with some like Versace shirt. I'm assuming it's a real shirt. Who knows? This is battle rap. Motherfuckers be having fake jewelry. I was at a battle event. Motherfucker had fake jewelry on. And, you know, y'all already know it's been exposed. People be having fake Jordans, fake jewelry. Ryder, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I just don't know if that shirt is real. And again, this is battle rap. I don't even know if it was. I don't know. Whatever. That don't even matter. Ryder was phenomenal in that first round. Going into the battle, I had picked Mike P. And while I always think that Ryder is dope, it's just something there that maybe it's the believability. I'm being honest. Maybe it's the believability. It has nothing to do with the skill. I think the skill set is there. But I think the believability is one thing that hurts him. And I think the fact that I don't think so. I think there are moments when all of the ex-Goonies, they have moments where they sound alike. But I think it's in a unique way. Like, it's almost like if you hang out with your brother all the time. You know, you guys might sound a little bit alike each other when you say certain things, or your mannerisms might be very similar. But what does that mean? That's your brother. That's who you grew up around. So, you know, I just look at all them dudes like that. Like, they have moments when I think it's the cadence or their delivery and certain things that just comes off the same. But I always thought Ryder was nice. I just think those are the two problems that people look at it for. I thought his first round was phenomenal. I think that he surprised me. I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I had that first round dead even. Because Mike P goes, and Mike P was just dope. Mike P was crazy dope. And the both of them were very consistent. It's one of them rounds that you sit there and watch, and yes, not only is it going to be preference, but you watch that first round and be like, damn, can these guys keep up this pace for the next 2 rounds? Because this is dope. And sometimes it's most battles that start off fast paced like that end up fizzling out by the time that third round comes. And that wasn't the case in this situation. But I thought I have it dead even on my card that first round. But I can see anybody giving that round to someone else. If I had to pick one, I would have edged Ryder in that first round. My opinion. That second round can't be debated. That second round cannot be debated. And let me tell you why you can't debate that second round. So if you don't know, if you didn't see the battle yet, I don't really want to spoil it for you. But the angle has something to do with Ryder and Mike P's girl. And apparently there was a connection there. And what Ryder was breaking down to Mike P is two different angles. Number one, you think that girl you with is this special something, and the battle rappers, allegedly, I don't know, allegedly, he's saying the battle rappers, including himself, ran through it already. Allegedly, I don't know. Then he went on, and the other angle he had in that second round was telling Mike P, how could you have disrespected Danny Myers in that second, Danny Myers and his wife in that second round of your battle with Danny, when you've battled with suicide and drug addiction before? So how could you talk down on her for her drug addiction, knowing damn well you was in that same boat, but worse because you was suicidal? Now I remember that, I don't want to get into that, man. That's personal shit. I won't get into it. But I do remember the suicidal kind of thing. I'll just leave that at that. But giving us that little insight on Mike P's woman, in battle rap, there's a lot of fake personals. What I feel made this second round even more concrete was Mike P's reaction at the end of his second round. So Mike P, the look on Mike P's face while Ryder was talking about his girl, you could tell he was upset. But then Mike P goes in his second round. Mike P has a very good second round, but not better than Ryder's. Ryder killed it in that second. But Mike P makes Ryder's round look even better, because when Mike P finished rapping in his second, he tells Ryder, oh, you a pussy for talking about that. She's supposed to be your friend. You're a pussy for talking about that. Or you're a pussy for saying that. She's supposed to be your friend. What? So this dude went on an angle on how he had your women before you, and your response to that, when you finish rapping, it wasn't part of his bars. When you finish rapping and it's his turn to rap, you turn around and tell him, you're a pussy for that, she's supposed to be your friend. Well, man, that don't make it worse. Then you sitting, you calling that man a pussy because he might have been with your woman? Yo, to me that put the nail in the coffin for that second round more than what you needed to think. To me, if you there was no way anybody should have debated that second round. But if you debated that second round at all, there go your proof that there got to be some sort of truth to what he's saying. Because Mike P's reaction, again, had nothing to do with Mike P's bars. Mike P finished rapping and then said that to him. Third round goes. There's no point in doing all that. I got Mike P clearly taking that third round too. So in my opinion, the first round was a tie. The second round was clearly for Ryder, clearly. And that third round I had clearly for Ryder. So in my opinion, and Mike P was good. Don't get it twisted. It just that second round was a fucking killer, man. It was a killer, man. And again, that reaction from Mike P, that don't help. One thing you gotta try to do while you sit up there is try not to react to certain shit, or be careful how you react to certain shit. And the judges gave Method Man gave that second round to Mike P, even though he understood the angle, which is weird to me. That's my only knock I had on Method Man the whole night. So on the judging, I think they got the bill collector YK wrong, my opinion. And I think they got Mike P versus Ryder wrong. I feel like Ryder did get robbed. And at the end of the day, it came down to the fans' vote. Again, the fans' vote for me didn't stay up long. I only saw Mike P. I never saw a vote for Ryder. Never saw a vote for Ryder. I think so that I could vote. No, I never saw that. And when it's all said and done, um, they gave Mike P the battle. When they walked off, this is what let me know too that there's some truth to that second round. When they finished the battle, they didn't shake hands. Mike P looked like he wasn't trying to shake no sort of hands. And I wonder if they're gonna have some sort of conversation about this later on. But here's my thing. This is battle rap. I don't like when things get too personal, but in this situation, you're battling for 25,000, and if you knew there was some sort of backstory there, you had to know that that was gonna come to light. And again, I mean no disrespect to Mike P or his woman. I don't know what their personal thing is, but I just think you gotta understand if there's something there, it's gonna be talked about in a battle, let alone a battle for $25,000. Now, if they were like, the Saga and Loso are very close family, so on and so forth. Now, if they battled each other and one of them brought that shit up, then I can understand you being pissed off because it's like, you're outside of this, we a family. We're not cool. We a family. But if somebody you just cool with, my man, 25,000, I'm bringing up the fact that this went down. And I'm bringing up the fact that other people, it's 25,000, my man. I don't know you shit. So again, out of 8 battles, I feel like they only got 2 wrong. That was my opinion. I felt like they got Bill Collector, YK wrong, and I feel like they got Ryder and Mike P wrong. But I think it was worse for Ryder. I think Ryder just flat out got robbed. Is my opinion. Let me go through these. Before we talk about the judging, I just want to go through some of these comments one last time. Also pausing and rerunning lines with affecting your percent. All right, I read that already. J Biz said, I missed that battle. Saga is trash. I don't think he's trash, but that's your opinion. Epskay's agreeing with him, but Epskay agrees with all kind of fuckery. J Biz, bro, I don't see how people think Saga is fire. I think he's dope. I think he has dope moments. Let me say that. I don't rush to see a Saga battle, but I really do think he's very good. Shannon said, be nice. Kiaba 360 said this may be Ryder's best all-around performance. I would agree with that. Mike P has great stage presence. He does. If he didn't, Ryder would have probably gotten the win. If he didn't, what? Those were all facts in the second. Mike was tight. He was crazy, man. Mike P messed up by reacting at the end of his second. Absolutely. He should not have reacted at all. If he wasn't going to shake his hand at the end, that's fine too, but he shouldn't have reacted. That just let us all know what was up. Otherwise, I was feeling Mike P's second a bit more. I would have to rewatch it. He was good in that second. I'm not. It's just that angle, and then the 2 angles he took was crazy, and then that reaction doesn't help. Ryder showed improvement in his writing. I agree. I had Mike in my predictions, but I thought Ryder, and trust me, I'm not a Goonies fan at all. I agree. Ray Sosa, salute my brother. He said, Jay Legend, what up, campaign life? Salute my brother. Yo, y'all go subscribe to Ray Sosa's channel. Go check out his music. That's music with substance, bars, and my brother tapped in with Battle Rap 2. Salute to Ray Sosa. Got a dope backstory to his music too, so check him out. Some dope videos too. Subscribe, y'all. Ray Sosa. You're right here in the chat. Go check out his channel. I thought Mike was gonna unravel at the end of his second. He was looking crazy, man. Danielle Cox said, what did he say? Oh, I already explained to him. There was no robbery against Ryder. It was really close. Okay. Why was Mike P hot? Because of the angle about his girl. Allegedly, Ryder said he had messed with her, and that a few battle rappers messed with her. I mean, that doesn't. I'm only saying what he said in the bars. I don't know. Lenny, Lenny Q is how you beat JC then lose to Nuna a few weeks later. Horseman looking bad today. It was not a good look, but you got to give credit to Nuna. Shannon said I missed a couple battles. Doing what? Shoe shopping. Yeah. So if you missed it or you missed anything I said, like I said, that Ryder was just talking about something that may or may not happen with Mike P's woman, and Mike P at the end of the second reacted bad to it, which kind of confirms or gives even more suspicion to what Ryder was talking about. Tevin PA said EK 30, Danny 30, Wavy 2-1, Holmesy 30, Ryder 2-1, Nunn 2-1, Bill 2-1, Tink 2-1. Did I talk about the Tink battle? I didn't talk about the Tink battle. Oh shit. Who advanced in the bracket? So, well, we'll get to the winners. Damn, I forgot this. So, Franchise versus Tink. I thought the first round was from Franchise. Might be one of the best Franchise first rounds. Besides, to me, the best showing I've seen of Franchise was against A-Ward. Franchise first round against Tink was crazy. He sounded different. He was on fire in that first round. Tink was bad in that first round. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I was like, Tink, what the hell are you doing here, Tink? Like that was not a good Tink in that first round whatsoever. Second round, Franchise was good in that second round. But I felt he reverted back to the same old Franchise, and all his rounds be sounding the same. Tink, to me, leveled up in that second, and I thought he clearly won that second round. The third round, Franchise did more of what he did in the second round, which I thought was crazy, because after such a phenomenal first round, if that was the case, maybe you should have held your first round for your last round. That angle about going to jail, listen. Anyway, I got Tink winning that third round. I think Tink took this battle 2-1. And the judges agreed. The judges gave it to Tink, right? Yeah. So going into the tournament, I had Franchise. I thought Franchise was gonna win, but no, Tink proved me wrong. So the battles I was wrong about was Tink versus Franchise. Tink took that. I had Franchise. I was wrong about Bill Collector versus Young Cannon. I had Cannon winning, but you know, and I was wrong about my whole bracket is bad. I was wrong about Steams. I was wrong about the Saga, and I was wrong about Loso. So I only got, and I was wrong. No, I had Mike P. I had predicted Mike P was gonna win. I just don't think he won. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 4 battles right, 4 battles wrong. I think that's still a good day. I wasn't trash. Franchise. To me, Franchise just tries too hard to convince you that he's the street guy, that he's this, that he's that. I respected Tink because Franchise was like, oh, you was selling weed, I was selling coke, and Tink was like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't selling anything. Which remind me of Caustic versus Mac Myron. When Caustic said, oh, you be out here selling weed, and Mac Myron's like, no, I don't sell anything. Salute to Tink, man. I'm with Tink on that, man. Like, I don't know what all that dry snitching. I don't know why Franchise, if you're going to talk about what you did, that's what you did. But to sit there and talk about a crime that this man is not being accused of or anything like that, like, that's dry snitching, man. I'm keeping it real. But like I said, my biggest problem with Franchise is that all his rounds sound the same. 3 things. All his rounds sound the same. He tries way too hard to convince us that he belongs in the streets, like he's a street dude. You know, I'm a street dude. I don't need you to try to convince me that this is who you are. Cause it's not like he just talking street bars. Some of the things that he says in the bars is like he's trying to convince you, like he's one of us type shit. And it's like, yo, fam, you don't. If that's what it is, people are gonna realize it. Like, I don't know. It's just weird how it comes off. I don't know. And then the other thing that I don't like about franchise, it's like you want so bad for the approval of American people, but then you like be dissing America. It's like, I don't know. But again, I thought franchise was gonna win. That's not what happened. And I agree with the judge's decision. Let me check these comments. T-Boo said, who advanced in the brackets? So, Holmesy advanced, Nuna advanced, Emerson Kennedy advanced, Wavy advanced, Danny Myers advanced, Mike P advanced, Tink advanced, and Bill Collector advanced. So the way I think it's going to shape out, I think Holmesy has to battle EK next, and Danny has to battle Franchise next. Then I think Nunn has to battle Wavy, and Mike P has to battle Bill Collector. I got Mike in the bracket, but he lost in my opinion. Yeah, me too. I agree with you, Tevin. Franchise has bars, but he's so generic. I agree. Lenny Q has said, imagine the Holmesy and Nunn finals. Ain't a person in the world picked that, not even their relatives. I agree, man. And I would be so shocked if that happened. T-Boo said, if Tink can control his breathing, he'll be fire. Possibly. I mean, controlling your breathing plays a great part. Would he be fire? I don't know. Could he have fire rounds? Yes. I don't think he could be consistently fire. I think he would be consistently good. Shannon said franchise is predictable, very much so. Tevin says 7-1. My only loss was Steams. Wow, that's a great record, Tevin. Salute. Shannon said Tink won that. I agree. Lenny Q has said, I think most people are around 4-4 with all the upsets. Absolutely. Kiaba said, franchise tries too hard to wash away his KOTD association. Way too hard. That's a great way to put it. Ray Sosa says, as much as I rock with Danny, I got Tink winning the whole tournament. He got blood in his eye. We'll see. Yeah, I think you're very wrong, my brother. T-Boo, I mean, which bloggers advanced? I have no idea. I don't even know how none of that blogger shit, even Salute the Mailman. They tagged me in some shit, and then I watched this blog where I guess he wanted to do a blogger tournament, but he wasn't clear on what the hell he was talking about. So, I don't know. And then the one that URL did, I don't know who won. I don't know. I know DME was going up against Gems. I don't know if I don't know. I didn't see no one's bracket, so I have no idea. But people gotta have a bunch of busted brackets. Salute to Tevin. Tevin went 7-1. That's crazy. All right, everybody. Salute. Enjoy the rest of your night. Again, for all of you, for whoever's in this chat and don't know, we got a bunch of custom sneakers for sale. Hit me up if you need something done for yourself. You can hit me up at JLegend100 on Instagram and Twitter. You can see some of the sneakers I've done. My other channel, Latitude 4047, I'm gonna start putting the videos up of me just doing a bunch of my art, and especially the sneakers, the custom sneakers. Salute to Art by Third Sider. My brother does custom shirts. So again, check me out on Instagram. You can see all that. Facebook, JLegend Effect. I'm not on there much, but you can also see some of the pictures of some of the stuff I've done. Follow me on Twitter at JLegend100, and again on Instagram at JLegend100. I have a safe night. Salute. And there's going to be a dope event next week. And also the judges from tonight did an excellent job. All of them. Except 40 was getting drunk over there. All right, y'all. Have a great night. Salute.